And welcome everybody in this short video about how to progress in Satisfactory. So let's go with starting first. So we've got one map, but there's 4 separate starting areas, and they're all based on how easy they are. So grass fields is reasonably easy, rocky desert is a bit harder, northern forest is supposed to be the hardest, but yeah. And dune desert is, yeah, I think that's rather easy actually. I'm going to go for a rocky desert on this one, but if you're starting new, I would recommend grass fields. The problem with grass fields is you've not got a lot of sort of like mid-game stuff, like not a lot of coal, etc. But it's good to start there. You can check this to skip the intro. So we're going to do that. You've got a multiplayer settings. I don't play multiplayer, so unfortunately I can't really help here. So, but you know, fill your boots, as they say, if you want to do multiplayer. Now, this is the one that's interesting. So you can enable advanced game settings. One way, you can't go backwards. But the important thing on this is that you won't get any achievements if you use this. I'm going to use this because it's my test build. But I'll show you what's in here. So gameplay, no power. So that means the machines will just work without any power. No unlock cost. I'm not going to check that, but you can check that. You can unlock the alternate recipes. No build cost, so we can build everything all right. And then flight mode. And then progression. So we're going to start. You can pick whichever tier you want. There's 9 tiers. So let's go for tier 4. You can pick any tier you want actually in this. But you know, we'll go for tier 4, and then the game phase, where you are in the space elevator race, I guess, is how the best to do that. So let's just go for main body. I think that's about, you know, it's quite high up there. Unlock all the research in the MAM. Now we'll talk about that when we get in. So I'm going to unlock everything in there, but I'm going to leave the awesome shop, and then we'll discuss that when we're inside. And then creatures, you can just, in this here, you can just disable the spiders. They have little cat faces, basically. So let's start the game. Gives you a little summary of what you've chosen. Hit confirm and let's go. So we're in. So, what is Satisfactory? While I have a quick look around and set a few things up, let's go over what Satisfactory is. So we're on this planet. So basically, we've been sent up here to I guess save our planet. And while I'm thinking about it, while there's them animals over there, you can go into here. One, you can fine tune what you've already done. But if you go into options and gameplay, you can actually go and turn the animals to default. That means they'll attack you on sight. Passive means they won't. Retaliate means as long as you don't hit them, they won't attack back. In this case, I'm going to keep it on passive. And then you can put how you want to do if you die. I'm going to put keep everything. So you can do this in game. So let me build out a little platform. So what is Satisfactory? Well, like I said, it is a factory game and it's hard. We're building factories here, but it's also exploration. It's a little bit of survival, and I suppose a little bit of RPG if you think about what we're doing here in the first place. But how do we progress through this game? Well, the main thing that we actually run with is this thing here is called the hub. So this is our, let's say, a central part. So you only can have one of these, in at a time, but you can split it. You can destruct it and create it, constantly. In here, you can change your looks, which is not much thing really. At the end of the day, you don't see yourself. I've got the gold things on because obviously I had this in early access. So you got like a little special gold helmet and what have you. Not much to write home about, but it was a nice touch. We wasn't expecting it. We have a working toilet, which was a bit of a coffee stain jog, and they actually made it that it actually flushes. So that's pretty funny, pretty cool. But there's nothing much else in here, really, to be honest. You can actually use there's actually one, if you notice, there's one storage unit in there. So, yeah, not sure why, but so yeah, this is the central hub. So we get in here, we get a little case, we can store some stuff. We get a little workbench. We can actually handcraft stuff, which you'll probably seen. But this is the main thing. This is the, I guess, the mission screen. So our idea is we have tiers at the top, 0 to 9, and then we have milestones within those tiers. And the idea is just to, they will progress you through the game. So these are the progressions. So basically, it opens up with 2 tiers at a time after 0, after the introduction. So the first ones is 1 and 2, then it's tiers 3 and 4, then 5 and 6, then 7 and 8, yada yada yada. And then to move it forward each time, we have to do something with something called a space elevator, but we'll get to that in a sec. So these give you the recipes you need, the tools you need, well, most of the tools, and the assets and the equipment. And it gives you the recipes as well that you can put into these machines. So this is the space elevator. So to move from tier to tier, usually get about 2 tiers open. The idea is to feed the space elevator. So this is the progression. So we go through the milestones in the hub. And when we can't progress any further, that means we have to put something in here to send up to the space elevator. Some nice little, animations here. They've worked a lot on this. Obviously, we didn't see all of this as nice as this anyway through early access. It looks pretty cool now, especially that image at the top, which slowly builds as we go along. The space station, I guess we can call it. So basically, if you click in here and you've got like space parts, which you seal it in once you've filled it all up, and then send it up the space elevator, and then it will progress your hub over to the next milestones. So you can't quickly go through these because you need to unlock the milestones as you go along, because that gives you the recipes you need to fill these requirements to send up the space elevator. So that's what the space elevator does. So it's hub, then space elevator. So that would be all, apart from it doesn't give you absolutely everything. So there's some other stuff as well. And you heard it mentioned before. We call it the MAM, or they call it the MAM. So this is like a bit like another game where you sort of like have a skills tree. So you research each item as it goes down. It'll give you things like, some extra recipes, some extra gadgets, or some extra tools, or some extra equipment or assets. For example, you can get the smart splitter here. It's actually on the Caterium sort of strand. And each one will become active as you find it. So once you find Caterium, it will become active in the MAM. Micellar, the same. The power slugs, when you get each power slug, it'll come active in the MAM. So, and there's hard drives as well, but we'll get to that in a second. So going through the MAM is important because it gives you some of your, I guess, quality of life assets. And it helps your factories purr a little sweeter. Now, talking about hard drives, you want to look for things like this. So this is where the exploration goes big. I mean, we're right next to it right now. So we've got rotors to go in here. It needs 21 to open this. And once we open this, we've got a hard drive. So we take this hard drive out. And what does this give us? If we take it to the MAN and put it in, it will give us a choice of 4 alternate recipes. So these alternate recipes are important because they're often sometimes a lot easier or a lot better. So it takes about 10 minutes. Now the 10 minutes are up, the hard drive scan's complete, so we can confirm that. Click on to what it's given us. So it's showing us alternate fused wire, alternate molded beam. You might not fancy them, so you can take another risk and you can re-roll once, but once only. So it's this time it's given us bolted frame or bolted iron plate. I mean, to be honest, for me, I would take the bolted iron plate. I think the bolted frame is a bit... But what I would like to see quite early on is something like cast screws. So these give you the alternate recipes to the core ones you get when you move forward in the hub. So what else is there? Well, the nice things and the sort of like handy touches, nice touches, all come from the Awesome Shop. So don't worry about it. It's not microtransactions. We'll get to that in a little bit, how we get to it. But this gets things like, you know, your wall mounts, your floor mounts, and your extra, you know, bigger wall power connections, all that sort of thing. Really is worth going through. You get your signs here, your lighting, some extra storage, which I never bother with, to be honest, because we get good enough storage anyway. But lights is definitely a thing that you want. And if you can't unlock it yet, it will tell you what the research you need to do to unlock that to become buyable. You get some sort of like colors you can change. One of the important ones here is like the coated concrete is nice. The concrete foundation is definitely nicer than the fix-it foundations you have, because the fix-it foundation... Oh, stairs as well. We got stairs in this as well. This is new for 1.0. But yeah, concrete is all just concrete, so you don't have to mix and match like you do on the fix-it. You get windows in this. We get gates, we get door walls, we get conveyor walls. These are all from the shop. So, and there's quite a few windows in this as well. There's a couple of new ones. If you played early access before, there is a couple of new ones here. So, all nice. And then to finally finish it all off, we've got the usual architecture with a couple of new things. We've got, you know, construction fences, which is new to 1.0. We've got metal barriers, which are new to 1.0. So you can buy equipment from here, which is usually consumables. And then you can buy some parts, you know. For example, if you want to get some power shards, you know, you've not found enough slugs, you can always buy some power mods. So how do we get these? Well, you may have heard it before, but this is where we use the sink. So the Awesome Sink basically sinks all your unwanted products, basically, and it sinks them, and eventually it will spit out a ticket. Now, it's diminishing returns, so you'll get less and less for each same item as it goes along. So it's not easy to feed, but this is mainly good for not letting your storage clog up, so it'll always keep moving. So for example, if we put a smart splitter out here, a smart splitter basically will, once the thing is full, once the storage is full, the lines will start to block, and we can set one of these as an overflow. So it's the center one here. So if it starts to block, it will go into the overflow and it will flow straight into the sink and go away, and give you some tickets, you know, as a result. So let's go and put something on it. Let's show you. So if I put like a storage unit here and fall off the balcony, and I don't have my skate, so I can't jump that high. Yeah. All right, let me let me get myself a ramp up there. Okay. Now back to where we were. So get a storage unit, just get it in there. There you go. Put a belt to it. Let's put in something into the storage unit, see what I've got. So, yeah, modular frame, that'll do. So these should start coming out. There they are. It should have nowhere to go, so they'll instantly become an overflow, and there they are. They get fed into the sink, and what they do, they disappear, and if you watch our fix-it coupons, go 1, 2, 3. It's going up quite fast, but eventually, see, it's taking a few more before it goes to the next one, then even a lot more than the last one. It's a diminishing return sort of thing, but this is a great way just to passively make tickets. So print your tickets out, get your tickets, go back to the shop. We just picked up 6, I think, there. No, we got 7. So pick whatever you want. You can queue things up into the shop. Let's say, for example, we go for the concrete, add to the cart. And then once you're happy, open the cart, buy all. That's it. We now go into our inventory, our product catalog. Now we can choose concrete. So there they are. So lots of useful things and lots of, eye candy, I guess we'll say. It's the way to make factories look that little bit better. Getting barriers and things like that. Catwalks. Makes them look cool. So yeah, that's it. You basically got building with the hub. That's gonna, I think I've encased myself in here. Yeah, I have. So you got the hub itself, which gives you your progression. It also gives you your tools. It gives you your assets to construct bigger and better things. The awesome shop and this man we stood on basically gives you the added touches, we'll say, to your equipment and assets. The next thing is this equipment workshop. So you can put down as many of these as you want. But this basically gives you your tools. You're looking like your object scanner, your portable miners, your zip line, chainsaws, gas masks, your Nobilis detonators and rebar gun. And then you can also make all your gas covers, and then obviously your armaments to blow crap up. So that's in your equipment workshop. And again, you can build like these workbenches, as many as you want. And these are exactly the same what's in here. And basically, they allow you to handcraft any core recipe. So they won't do alt recipes, and they won't do any space elevator recipes, but they'll pretty much do everything else. So you'll be using a lot of these at the beginning, in the first tier or two, and then a little less as you move on. So, quick summary. So we start everything off in the hub. So that gives you your progression through your tiers and then through your milestones. Your space elevator basically moves you in your tiers up to, through to, and ending on tier 9. Your workbenches here will let you sort of handcraft things throughout the world. Should you not be bothered heading back to your hub and you just want to do something quick, like get a bit of concrete, your workshop here will basically craft all your tools, what you need in the world. And your mum here will give you extra stuff. It'll give you some extra pocket dimensions. It'll give things like your smart splitters, useful assets. Basically, what you can only get through the mum type of thing. So if we look at these, let's see, we got all sorts of things. I mean, obviously we got these are these are 1.0 new. And then these we've got the Caterium. So let's see, we got the quick wire, gives you the stone rebars, power poles, the extra capability of the power poles, and then you got your smart splitter down here. So you need to, if you want your smart splitter, this is the tree you need to do first. You need to research each one, until each one beneath opens up. And then finally you fix it shop for all your other needs. So check them all out. And that's it, folks. Hope that was helpful to you. Just wanted to share, just in case anybody was struggling and didn't know how to move forward. And we'll see you again soon.